Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the ALTTPR League Season 3. This is Week 6, all dungeons. This is not open mode. This is not standard mode. This is Key Sanity. My name is Phantom Ryu. It has been a long time. It is great to be back here doing some commentary for some Link to the Past randomizer. My friend Hammer Bro will be joining us here very shortly, but we have Team Les French Canadiens, represented by Ninban, and Team Zelda's Chocobo squad, represented by Nika here on your left and right. And it is going to be a long seed because all dungeons key sanity means we are going absolutely everywhere. And yes, as both runners have said here, the reason we are getting started almost an hour late is because, well, somebody broke racetime.gg with a race of 160 people. We've gotten it under control. Everything is live. It is time to get some nice, beautiful Link to the Past randomizer action going for you here today on the Link to the Past League channel. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen. It'll take just a second to get this synced up. Both runners have palette swap on. Both runners finding a compass in their first outings here. Not much to go on there.
Somewhat unfortunate. Compasses aren't terribly helpful in this mode, but that's what we got for both Link's House and Sanctuary. So should be in for some fun.
And like I said, there is my partner, Hammer Bro. He is here. Welcome.
Howdy, howdy. Glad to be in the booth with you. So when do you think we're finally going to see that last Aga Tower key? What do you think? Hour 45, hour 50?
You know what? I want to see it in the mini Moldorm or Moldorm 2 chest.
Oh, that is brutal. Come on, man. That's worse than even I was going to go.
Yeah, but it'd be fun. And we already have a sword, as Chet pointed out. Nika finding a sword in the vanilla spot. Uncle giving up that sword. Meanwhile, Ninban here dropping down into the hideout. 100 rupees.
Honestly, that's not something you're going to say no to early on in a key sanity. Finding early bombs, arrows if you need them, and rupees can sometimes be a challenge.
Absolutely. And, you never know because this is all dungeons and key sanity, the routing can become quite convoluted and complex, and you're going to want, that 500 rupees to check Zora. You're going to want, the ammunition, and make sure that you can get everywhere that you can possibly get, because key sanity can, it can be insane.
Yeah, that's a really good illusion. I feel like that's why they call it key sanity, because sometimes it's not bad, but usually you want to pull your hair out.
All right, so we got the swag net sitting on Lumberjack. So there is the mirror in Blind's Hut. So very nice item, and the hammer. My gosh!
Wow. So Kakariko is just planning on ignoring the fact that it's key sanity and is going to be stacked anyways. Looks like.
I mean that hammer is an amazing find. Temper sword damage, as everybody knows, real early on in the game, and many things are gated by the hammer. So having that early opens up a lot of places, and many times it's not great to have all of everything open for you from the beginning, because then it comes down to picking the right path.
Yeah, and that could get really interesting here, especially because we do have all dungeons key sanity, and generally the right path is all of them, please, now.
And there's the flute. Wow. So Kakariko is stacked in this all dungeons key sanity seed tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. The only thing that would make this better at this point is an early pop.
So Ninban is activating his flute. And nice to see a key to Turtle Rock here early, because you're not going to get access to Turtle Rock until later on. You need 3 or 4 keys to get through Turtle Rock most of the time. So,
yeah, Turtle Rock's one of those interesting dungeons. You can clear it with 3, as long as you steal that key and don't do the lava chest. But I don't know. This is not really the kind of seed where you're going to want to skip chests, so that one's kind of scary to do.
okay, absolutely. We got the blue cane in Chicken Hut. Let's see what the sick kid has, because we did get a bottle early. That's a small key. Which small key is it? Ice Palace. May not even be necessary.
The first Ice Palace small key goes along with a couple dungeons like Skull Woods, where it's a quality of life key. Mm-hmm. Is it going to help? Yes. Is it required? Not really.
And the difference in our runners right now is that Nika checked Lumberjack and Ninban did not. And on the library, we have a blue boomerang. Probably not going to see that one get picked up today.
I'm glad you saw that check, because I missed it. Like, Ninban was straight up in that door and out as fast as he could.
All right, and Ninban is just going to YOLO the race game. I respect that strategy. That's what I always do.
Yeah, that's a good play, especially for key sanity, because that does greatly increase the amount of items you could get. And now that I've said that, we'll probably get, $50 isn't bad to grab, honestly.
No, not at all. Most of the time people would skip a 50 rupees if they saw it. But as we were talking about here early in the game, you want to get that 500 just so you can check Zora if you need to.
Yeah, and it's especially terrifying early on as we see a half magic in the dam. We're definitely not going to say no to that. But it's especially terrifying early on with that Zora money, because the seed does not take rupee logic into consideration at all.
Right.
Like, you could be in a situation where Zora is your progression, and it's very early.
And wait, and that's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane.
Yeah,
that brings Samaria in
me
the
back.
dam.
That brings me back like 3 years right there. Holy cow! You're aging my rando, man. Come on.
That's the only thing. People can leave now. They're like, we just want to hear Venom you say that. He can shut up for the rest of the run now.
Yeah, see, this is why I go with puns. That way you can kind of tease them out and make people listen, because there might be another one coming.
And to respond to the chat, the question is, Kane is back. No. I'm the one who originated that, so it never left. So not much there in Mini Moldorm Cave for Ninban, whereas Nika's going to go check Agina here. So interesting routing choice.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Usually Mini Moldorm will have something that remotely resembles progression, and that didn't happen today. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Ice Rod Cave holding something. If not, I feel like we're either going up the mountain for 2 checks, or more likely than not, our progression is sitting over in Eastern. Goodness gracious, those are some dodges.
Yes, they were. And, with no Moon Pearl here, a fake flipper would allow Ninban to check the hobo, but, there's a cape. So we have both of our invincibility items so far, but without the Moon Pearl, he would not be able to check Waterfall Cave. So as we saw there, he's probably not going to do that. Ninban has a hammer, so he may be heading into either Hyrule Castle or Eastern. And the answer is Hyrule Castle.
And it does look like Hyrule Castle is going to be the play here. This is interesting. Everything is going to be within logic, in the front portion at least, which is a good going to say 5 checks if you include Uncle and the and our wonderful secret passage here might be 6. So this is about a 50-50 split between doing this and doing the Eastern Sahasrah area.
So Nika did get her sword here, just as Ninban just got, but Nika did not go any farther into the castle. So Ninban may decide to do that now, and it looks like he will.
Nika, meanwhile, getting moldormed a little bit here, down to 1 heart. Gonna want to be careful. Actually, I'm kind of surprised she hasn't pulled out one of those canes with half magic and a full bar, but
that's exactly what I was about to say. I don't think she realizes, or just it's not registering with her that she could have just turned on that cane of Burna and had nothing to fear there. I really like this palette swap for Hyrule Castle.
Emerald Isle. Hey, it looks like that's kind of interesting. Ninban is headed straight up here, or
not.
I honestly straight up thought he was going to go grab that first chest. I mean, you can access that first chest with what he has right now. Don't even need a key. So
yeah, absolutely. It would not have been a terrible decision. It would have been a decent gamble for.
You know what? You know what he's doing? He's setting up for the death warp right here. He's going to do this, go down to Zelda's cell, and then death warp and pop back up, I would assume.
There's a pod key. That's nice. But he has the mirror, so it might just...
Or that.
Yeah, sorry. Our tracker apparently had some technical difficulties there. But yeah, they both had the mirror, so... But yeah, he's just going to mirror out. Interesting way to handle this here.
All right, so Nika does manage to get past those crabs. It was kind of close going there for a minute because those things are terrifying with 3 hearts, but both of our runners managed to go past there as Ninban comes across another pod key. So we're getting up there towards pod keys.
Yeah, we got 2 pod keys that we know of so far, or is it 3? Yeah, it's 3. Lots of pods. So that always makes it enticing to go check pod because, well, pod is weird, especially with keys. But, it's always when you're playing all dungeons key sanity. The question is, do I even want to go into a dungeon if I don't have the big key?
Yeah, that's a really good point. But the interesting thing here is even without that big key, Ninban could check, I want to say 11 items with the 3 small keys. So that's a massive draw.
Yeah. And look at this. Nika is just heading straight on up to the Aga Tower checks here, where Ninban is now following her up there, but he has cleared the bottom of Hyrule Tower, and Nika has yet to do that. And why not? We got the bombos. Yeah. Yeah, that's another difference. Nika does not have bombos. Interesting. Turtle Rock small key.
So another thing that's not immediately useful.
It's not, but it's also one of those things now that, as soon as Ninban finds the bow, he's going to pod almost certainly, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's going to need the moon pearl, obviously, but all right, Nika decides to do some dark rooms here. Probably going to go pick up the old man.
Yeah, it looks like it. And Ninban has decided that he will wait, at least for now. But yeah, that mirror and hammer does mean that we do have access to the east side of Death Mountain. So there are quite a few items up here.
Yep, just 10 arrows there inside Spectacle Rock Cave. Piece of heart on Spectacle Rock itself. And, that leads to the question, neither one of our runners has done a map check yet. Oh, there's the power glove on the old man, Nika. Wow. And Ninban gets trolled by the people on Dark Death Mountain.
That's always one of the worst feelings ever. Like, I'm pretty sure that is legitimately getting dead rocked right there.
Yes, it is. But Nika now having the power glove. Let's see how long it takes Ninban to pick that up while he finds the blue mail in Hera. No way he was going to turn that down.
Oh yeah, no, especially not with 4 hearts. You're not saying no to pretty much any safety at this point. Small key to Thieves Town, so we won't have to worry about that.
Yep, and he is locked, so cannot go any farther now in Tower of Hera because he doesn't have the hook shot to Herapot.
But that glove is a really interesting find, since that is technically lamp locked. So either there's going to be another glove around here, this is going to turn into a logically required Agassiz, perhaps. Last one I found was, and that was interesting. But
yeah, but remember, neither of our runners have checked Sahasrarla's Closet or Eastern Palace yet. So
yeah, that's fair. This could just be a situation where this seed's going to basically make you whittle down to the very last location early on, which never feels good, but I mean, you might as well get used to it because that's pretty much what the end of any all dungeons key sanity seed turns into.
Absolutely.
Spiral Cave giving us nothing.
And yeah, our lovely restreamer / tracker here, Kono Tyron. I probably screwed that up. At any rate, no, Nika did not do Hyrule Castle basement, not yet. Not much to be found here in Spiral Cave, but it is Paradox Cave time for Ninban.
Oh, that heart grab was absolutely clutch. This cave could have gotten dangerous for Nika otherwise.
That's correct. That's where Bombus is. There's a big key of Skullwoods. Not necessary to complete the dungeon, but definitely helpful.
Still nothing in the way of immediate progression.
No, not yet. Well, there's a Book of Mudora. That's going to help. A big key for pod. Oh, the pod items, man.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, the one thing that I like about Key Sanity, as we pull a lamp and a moon pearl out of here, that's actually kind of interesting, because that lamp does put the glove in logic that Nika grabbed, but given that lamp, Ninban, it might be a little while before he gets back there.
It might, and so once Nika finishes up Paradox Cave here, she will have Dark World access, but it might be delayed on Ninban, because it looks like Ninban is going to check Desert. He can't clear it because he does not have the glove, but he can certainly check a couple items there, and if there's anything on the torch, he's out of luck as well.
Yeah, but the one thing I was going to say earlier, the thing that I like about Key Sanity is that a lot of times when you're playing a non-Key Sanity seed, the hints as to where to go can be somewhat subtle. With Key Sanity, it's not really like that. It doesn't give you a hint. It more like yells in your face, "Go here," and that's exactly what these pod keys are doing. Like,
oh, absolutely,
cow.
and the pod and the pod big key. Like,
right?
You couldn't, you can't get much more suggestive than that. All right, so just a bee in a bottle on the torch here in Desert. So not terribly important, but Ninban not going to be able to do anything else. He does not have a Desert small key, nor does he have the big key. He's going to run out and get whatever it is on Desert Ledge. I don't remember what it was, but I don't remember it being important.
I believe it was a full heart, so something we're not going to say no to at this point. Sure. I am slightly intrigued by the fact that Nika has gone into Desert for these 2 items as well, in spite of the fact that she does have Dark World access. Now, I don't blame her. You're sitting on 3 hearts. I wouldn't want to go into the Dark World either.
Right.
But the odds of this being useful are a bit less likely for her because, you know, the seed's kind of screaming, "I've got your glove, I've got your hammer, I've got your moon pearl, go, 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 go."
Well, she does know, because she did already check. So she does know that there is a full heart on Desert Ledge there, but she opts not to get it. Interesting. She does have Dark World access. I would expect a flute to 3. Yep. And Village of Outcasts. She does not have the cape, however. She's got the cape. She went to Ice Rod Cave.
I thought so.
Because that now she can check Bumper Cave. She has the mirror, so she can check Graveyard Ledge. Check the front of Skull Woods, Village of Outcast, Thieves Town. right, we do have one small key to Thieves Town, do we not? Yes.
We do, but we don't have the big key, I don't believe. So that small
Right.
key doesn't do anything for us right now. I am kind of intrigued by this. Personally, I think I would have gone to Hype Cave first, just because of how hard the seed is pointing us towards Pod, and because it's easier to avoid taking damage in the Hype Cave area, in my opinion. So I would have gone Hype Cave first, and then either gone over to Pod or mirrored and fluted over to 5, and then done Pod along with the eastern area. But that's just my opinion. We'll see how it turns out, because if there's something good here, then she could be very, very correct in doing Skullwood's Village of Outcasts area first.
You're going to try the bomb jump here, but it looks like Ninban is simpatico with your way of thinking here, because Ninban is going to head into Johnny Two Bombs speakeasy here. Ooh, small key to Pod. Oh my gosh.
Is that 5?
Oh, Master Sword for Nika, but mitts for Ninban. Wow.
That's the second consecutive seed. I have calmed 2 seeds today, and both of them had mitts in Hype Cave. What is it? They may have actually been in the same chest, if I'm being perfectly honest. That's insane.
Desert and Hera are our 5 and 6 crystals. Oh my gosh, there's the bow in Skull Woods for Nika. Wow.
Yeah, so completely forget what I said, because that puts basically all of Pod in logic now.
Yes, it does.
So yeah, forget about it.
Full clear Pod and Eastern. And you might as well do it, because you're gonna have to anyway. It's all dungeons.
Well, I'm not going to be able to do Eastern yet, unless that's the Eastern big. I would have laughed so hard.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I do not have terribly much experience with key sanity, and I keep forgetting that we do not have the big key yet.
Yeah, it definitely takes some getting used to. I'm not going to lie, because you see it, you're like, oh, bow, hammer, mirror, perfect. Let's go do me a Pod Eastern combo. And then you look down and you're like, oh, I can't do those 2 chests Eastern. Dang it.
For a second there, I was questioning what Ninban was thinking, because he goes to K45, sees the 300 rupees, and left. I was like, hang on, man. You haven't checked Zora yet.
Yeah, not to mention, with 5 hearts, let's go get a potion. Just saying.
Yeah. Looks like Nika forgot that she does not have the mitts, and she's going to have to go the long way if she wants to check Graveyard Ledge. There she goes. She got it now.
Yeah, this one's terrifying, because she does have blue mail, so she can take 1 shot from Europa, but I'm kind of surprised she didn't grab that heart, honestly.
Oh my gosh. And Ninban gets another Pod key at Dig Game. It is all the Pod keys, boys and girls. And just
so is
20
that
rupees.
Is that the opposite of an escape pod? It's instead a go-to pod?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That was definitely a dad joke.
Yep.
Yeah. I think, and yes, we do need to visit Pod, but I think our runners are. Oh, this is interesting. Hang on. Nika is heading to the back of Escape, which nobody has gone to yet. But I think our runners are hoping to find the Eastern Big Key before they head over to Pod, so they can do the back-to-back. There's the flippers in the back of Escape. And now most of... Well, no, we don't have a Swamp Palace small key yet.
Oh, don't worry. That's vanilla.
Just bombs at the blacksmiths.
It looks like Nika is going to continue that Village of Outcasts set of checks. And honestly, this lack of mitts is starting to hurt her, between having to go around and around and around.
Yeah, I'm shocked that she did not go the way of Hype Cave yet. She may be saving that. She may do the south route and then hit Hype Cave later. And Ninban having some trouble there with the purple chest, wanting to be taken somewhere nice. Gets a small key to Misery Mire. Helpful. You need at least one.
Ninban going with the mirror and then deciding to not go with the mirror.
Nika hitting up chest game and getting arrows.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he's going to leave his portal there so he can just come straight back to Thieves Town. Yeah, what he is orphaning, however, is he is orphaning that Bombos tablet this way because he can't check it. There's 300 rupees there in the purple chest, but if he had gone a different way, he could have checked Bombos tablet. He wouldn't have been able to get it, but he would have been able to check what was there. Meanwhile, Nika heading through Thieves Town here, finding the Quack Medallion. Again, she only has one small key, does not have the big key, so she's not going to be able to go farther than the first 4 here in Thieves Town unless she finds the big key here.
Yeah, that first chest also having a hook shot. So Thieves Town so far 2 for 2, I'm going to say.
Yeah, and Ninban is going to get his hook shot and such here as well. Now that hook shot means we can clear Swamp Palace if we can only find that small key.
That's another one of those things that can be hidden just about anywhere that can get you.
Absolutely. Just a shield for her troubles in the last chest there in Thieves Town, so the quest continues for progression. Oh, and that is a nice rod in Sea House.
I never understood why they call it Sea House. There's no water nearby.
Nika missing the bomb there. Nika, like we said before, Nika kind of at a disadvantage here because she has not hit Hype Cave, but if she follows what we would believe to be a standard route here, she's going to hit Dig Game and then Hype Cave and then probably head straight over to Pod. So
yeah, so it comes down to, was there anything absolutely necessary on the Smith's chain? Which I don't believe we got anything overly important. So
no
that might
bombs and 300 rupees.
Yes, that might end up saving her time, to be perfectly honest. Wow,
Indeed.
2 digs. Okay.
Yep, there's that other pod key. And Ninban is steadfastly refusing to go to Pod. Looks like he's going to check out Dark Death Mountain and Hookshot Cave, etc.
And that's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's just if Ninban is just sitting here like, no, I'm going to do this once I get a bow and once I get the Eastern Big Key, or if it's just rather do other things. I don't know. It seems like he's almost being ornery about it. We'll see if that ends up hurting him, depending on what's sitting here in Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, he has got to get to Skull Woods to find his Master Sword and that bow. Big Key of Ice Palace, not required in the slightest bit. Oh, there's the red meringue, so we don't have to feel too bad about the blue meringue being on library since we have a boomerang now.
I mean, I wouldn't call the Ice Palace Big Key useless. It is really nice to be able to just tick a dungeon off completely, and that's what that Big Key allows you to do.
Well, there's the map of Ice Palace.
Right, exactly.
All right, we got blueberries. We got a map of Skull. That's helpful. Oh! And Ninban gets knocked off by the Bari.
Yeah, you were talking about berries, and the Bari's like, no, it's called Bari. As we get another small key to Hyrule Castle. So not terribly useful for that one.
No, because I mean, we're eventually going to have to do Aga Tower, but that would be Castle Tower, not Hyrule Castle. Sorry. I missed the medallion that was required for Turtle Rock.
I did too. Hopefully our tracker saw it.
Bombos says Killer App in Neustria. Okay. All right, so that Ninban having Bombos, which is down in Zelda's chest, helping him out right here. We're about to see our first pyramid check. I would imagine Ninban's just going to go ahead and open up Turtle Rock here. Might do some checks. We'll see.
Crystals for Skullwoods and for Ice Pals. I mean, Ninban might choose to go ahead and take a look at the first couple chests.
It looks like she's going to head... I thought she was going to head down into Hyrule Castle basement, but she's going to check Dark Cross first. And then probably mirror back out and then go downstairs, I would assume. And yes, Ninban is going to do some checks here in Turtle Rock. He's got to be careful. He only has half a heart.
So you're saying the checks here are going to be half-hearted?
Something like that.
Okay, cool. Just check.
They're not going to be extreme enough to be wholehearted. Big key of Turtle Rock in Turtle Rock.
What is that?
Is this even randomized?
I mean, technically that big key's supposed to be a couple of chests down, so you can
Yeah. Bear with me.
I'm not
Map of
there,
Misery
though.
Mire and ooh. Ninban takes the death there. It's not going to cost him too much.
Nah,
And yes,
barring any time loss there.
Yep. Nika is going to head downstairs. She is going to get her Bombos medallion while she's down here. And more pod keys because, you know, pod keys. These
Goodness
Baris
gracious.
are just eating Ninban for lunch here.
I'm slightly confused to why Ninban keeps trying to go over to the right. Without a fire rod, you can't complete those. Just go left and go straight to the pokey.
Yeah. It may be just muscle memory, man. Oh, nope. All right. He could have just gone to the left and avoided that the whole time. But you know what? We say that, and you know, he's the one that's playing. We're the ones that are sitting here doing the commentary. So just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And the RNG required for that was absolutely ridiculous. It's not like that was likely to occur. I imagine with 5 hearts, we're going to get some sort of invulnerable. Oh my goodness.
That was close. Nika having a little bit of trouble with that guard, but just playing it safe. She has her Bombos now. I imagine she's going to just go back out, check the pyramid, and then I've got to believe she's heading straight to pod after this.
Maybe, yeah. She might also choose to do catfish. I'm kind of surprised that she didn't jump into pod before doing this, but...
Did we miss what was on the pyramid?
I think we might have.
Or did she forget to check?
We honestly might have to wait until Ninban goes through it to see for sure. And we're getting a flute away. So Ninban grabs that map of Hyrule Castle in the lava chest and then pulls a reset that's not an S and Q to save that key.
Yep. Nicely done.
It is kind of interesting. I don't think he got anything in the on Dark Death Mountain that was useful. If he did, he no longer has it.
So Nika here is going to go to pod. Just curious why she did the flute away instead of just walking over, but All right, we're gonna get our first look at Sahasrah's closet here. Not the optimum position there. There you go. That'll work. That's gonna be tough to not mirror bonk coming back, but
I think as long as you stay vertically on the same set of pixels, you'll be all right.
all right. The closet has piece of fart, $5, compass to desert. Yay. Is she going to talk to Sahasrah here? No, she's not going to talk to Sahasrah and figure out which dungeon is the green pendant. Okay.
And to be fair, that's one of those things that's really, really easy to forget. I wouldn't be surprised if she cleared out Pod Eastern or of what of it she can, and then maybe came back and checked, depending on what the prizes are for that. As Ninban does grab his glove from the old man. Or his mitts,
it looks like Ninban might be heading to ice. He's certainly going to check. He's certainly going to check. Oh, no, straight to ice, it looks like. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of an interesting play with no fire rod, as most people do prefer to have the fire rod, save a little time, but he's just going straight ahead. So if there's something here, that'll be a nice advantage.
Okay. GT key there in the shooter chest and pod. So runners have diverged completely here. It's interesting given the way the items have been going that our runners have diverged so much. And second key to GT, so barring anything unusual, that should be sufficient keys for GT.
It's also kind of an interesting grab from Nika, though, because I'm fairly certain she has used both the front door key and now, obviously, that key to get the big key chest. So she's not going to be able to clear this dungeon unless she skips the harmless hellway.
Been having a little bit of trouble here with Icebreaker. It can be very finicky. You do not have much of a room for error. It's got to get he had to get that block much closer. What was the item that Nika just got in pod there? I missed it.
$5 unless I'm mistaken.
Okay.
Why did you just walk past that chest?
That's an excellent question. Another small key to Turtle Rock there in Ice Palace. All right, so it looks like Nika cannot hammer yump, otherwise she would have there. Blueberries are not helpful.
I mean, she only had 3. It's not terrible.
That's fair.
Ooh, speaking of not helpful.
No, not helpful at all.
And can we just talk about the fact that, 36 minutes in, our runners have 6 and 4 hurts, respectively?
Yeah, right. Ninban finds a piece of fart in Ice Palace big chest. All right, this time she gets the chest in it, but it's only 50 rupees.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ninban is headed through most of Ice Palace at this point, and we're still kind of shaking our heads asking the same question. Where's the progression?
I got to imagine that progression is either in pod or Eastern or both at this point. There's the big key of Desert Palace. That's definitely progression.
It's
And
a little
full
bit,
heart.
yes. Yeah, that heart might be. Nika might be happier to find that heart than she did the big key of Desert.
Having a little bit of trouble with the terrapins there. All right, let's see what she does. It looks like she's going to have to skip Hellway here. Or, nope, she's just going to... I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, it's just a bee in a bottle, though. But,
so she is not going to be able to clear pod.
No. Not unless there is a pod small key in the big chest up here.
There can't be. You can't have a small key in any of these three.
That's right. That's right. And never mind.
Now we're seeing a hammer jump.
That could have saved you the key earlier. I don't know if this is going to work.
She needs to be one lower. I don't know if the bomb set up the correct way. I didn't see it. No, it looks like the bomb was a little high.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ninban is absolutely destroying Cold Stare. Oh, I said that. I'm sorry. I'm
that
sorry.
Is one of the worst bosses to die on in the entire game. Okay, bottle with blue potion. You did curse him there, Hammer Bro.
I did. I'm sorry.
So everybody, hashtag blame Hammer Bro.
It's not the first time. Won't be the last.
All right, so there was not much in pod. Interesting. I'm questioning Nika there, and again, she can hammer jump. I can't. But if you can hammer jump, why would she have used that key in the beginning to get into the maze?
The only thing I can think of is that she had one more key than she thought she did.
That's fair.
That's because pod routing can sometimes kick you in the butt, as Eastern is just like, hey, remember that desert thing? Yeah, maybe go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like to me, the only explanation I've got is that she thought she had another key, and then wasn't feeling super confident with the hammer jump. So said, hey, I'll just do this, and then realized she didn't have it. And then obviously there was that back and forth of, do I clear this dungeon and maybe leave something behind in the Hellway, or do I just go ahead and get the harmless Hellway chest out of the way and then not clear the dungeon? And she did eventually decide to go do the harmless Hellway, but there wasn't anything there, so...
And we have yet to find anything remotely entertaining in Ice Palace. Let's see if Cold Stare is hiding something yummy.
I'm just keeping my mouth shut during this fight, so you can go ahead.
Yeah, you should, because you owe Ninban here. All right, 10 rupees there for, or 10 rupees, 10 arrows there for Nika. She cannot get the big chest. We do not have the Eastern Palace big key, so we're going to have to check vanilla big key chest. And that's all we have left for Eastern Palace. Everybody, keep your fingers crossed for Ninban. Hope second time is a charm here. And Ninban just goes ahead and uses his potion. Oh God! Oh no! I don't want to say anything. Oh God! Oh God! No! Oh!
So I hate to say it, but Ninban, you had Burna.
Yeah. Oh, that's just so painful to watch.
Yeah, especially since that was the last safety Ninban had, unless I'm mistaken, as we get 3 more blueberries, so nothing in Eastern either.
All right, Ninban just saying, I don't care, I'm going to do this. All right, so what other than... All right, she's gonna go hit desert. Now we have not seen Mire area, so this could be interesting as well. We're just trying to figure out what else has progression.
Well, we could have that Bombos or Ether tablet. That's always an option. We could have a Mirror Bonk too.
I think she's just going to go kill Eastern real fast and then clear out the Mire area.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and knock out Desert, yeah.
I always do that. I always call Desert Eastern. I don't know why. Because it's not Eastern at all. As a matter of fact, it's Western. So...
Dang it, you made the joke before I could.
Yeah. All right, so what is in the big chest here in Desert? It is a key to Swamp. There is the Swamp key. Nice. So there was progression there. Nika getting caught on a corner there, but she's going to go ahead and finish up Desert.
Yeah, not a bad call. It's one of the 5/6s. There's really no reason not to at this point. Oh, Ninban didn't hit the switch. I did not notice that.
At this point, thankfully, it's not necessary for him. And now he's going to go into Cold Stare. He only has 3 hearts. He has no safeties. He has the extra key, so he's going to get some safeties right here.
Yeah, but that doesn't really help a whole lot since that is still one-hit KO to our friend Cold Stare.
Yeah, interesting that he's not getting the magic that's... because there's some magic under those other pots. Interesting that he didn't pick that up.
Well, Cane of Burna isn't going to help him offensively.
Because he's got the magic here, that's why.
That too, yeah. Ice Rod strats, which is always fun with half magic.
Yes.
Nice 2-cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. Down go the Landmalas, dropping a single rupee, but dropping that all-important crystal. And Ninban, come on, everybody. Just send Ninban some good vibes here. We know he can do this. Oof.
This seed doing its best to act like an inverted seed. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I am so stressed for this guy. I don't even know him. Come on, Ninban. Come on. Get one of those puffs. Get it. God. It's so tense. Oh, we got one down.
We also have a tempered sword sitting in Fire Shed just to add insult to injury.
Oh, gosh, that stinks.
Whoa!
Oh, there we go. There's another puff down. There's only one puff remaining. Oh, and at this point, it's not really the Cold Stare that he needs to worry about. It's that ice.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not too difficult to keep the one puffball at bay, as we see a small key here in the checkerboard.
Yes, he... Oh. All right.
You okay there? Do you need a minute?
I'm too old for this. My heart can't take it.
I was more worried about your intestinal tract.
Yeah, Old Man Sunshine says, too old. I'm 42, man. I don't know. You might be close to that age, but it's rare for somebody to be older than me on this channel. He's got me by 3 years. All right. But you thought you had me by more.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have Nika heading into Swamp, which makes sense given that small key that we got in Eastern. Meanwhile, Waterfall Fairy gives us a wonderful green goo for our quick deposit.
And Misery Mire key there as well. Not really going to help. I mean, we have 3 Misery Mire keys. We don't need that many Misery Mire keys. So Old Man Sunshine, yeah. So Old Man Sunshine, I'm not certain that Nika is ahead here. I want to say that she is, but
Honestly, there is absolutely no way to tell who's ahead in an all dungeons key sanity until we got people in go mode because
and the middle finger there, the single arrow from Zora.
But you need that one.
Wow.
That is a massively artisanally crafted masterpiece.
Indeed.
Work of art right there. And Ninban couldn't even be bothered to pick it up.
All right, now let's see if... All right, Bombos it is for Misery Mire. So...
And I don't know that Nika checked that.
I don't either, but... Yeah, it's a fair point, because technically... Not even technically, she can clear Mire right now after she does Swamp.
Yep.
And yeah, it looks like Ninban is going there.
And yeah, as chat pointed out, second sword there for Ninban in the Mire Shed. That's probably not the most fun thing for Ninban to see. Like, I'm sure he welcomes the sword, absolutely. But after you just died twice to Cold Stare doing a fighter sword.
Yeah. But he's gonna go in and he's gonna do Vidi with no bow and Master Sword. But he does have cape, and half magic, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I'm sensing slash strats in our future.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, you may be able to do it faster, but this is particularly after the 2 deaths to Cold Stare. You don't want to take any chances on Vidi.
Exactly. That's one of those things where your strats may be faster, but I know I'm not going to die.
Exactly. Question in the chat, where was the bow? The bow was in Skull Woods. Ninban has not even gone anywhere near Skull Woods, to be honest. But there is a sword and the bow in Skull Woods. Doesn't need any keys to get it or the fire rod.
Which is kind of interesting, because that's one of the main things we're looking for at this point, is that fire rod.
Yes. And no one has checked the pedestal yet, either. And we do not have knowledge of which dungeons are... Excuse me. Of which dungeons are pendants and crystals at this moment. Yes, thank you.
I don't think we have knowledge of any of the pendants, actually. So
no.
Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong there.
No, because neither one of our runners has asked Sahasrahla where the green pendant is yet.
Right, that's not something Nika checked, and then Ninban has just not been over there yet.
Yeah. So Sankheart there on left side of Swamp. And another shield. I'm sure that's exactly what she wanted.
Amusingly enough there, Ninban just picked up his fire shield as well, just in a completely different spot.
So it looks like there's a high chance that our runners will have Mirror Shield then.
That's kind of interesting. Ninban choosing not to clear this.
He's going to check Checkerboard Cave. I mean, at this point, you know, it's like, can you really blame him after the Cold Stare fights? He probably just doesn't want to risk it. And there's his Swamp Palace small key. So,
well, no, I don't blame him, but I'm kind of surprised that he didn't do the firelock
Ice
stuff.
Palace key. Never mind. Oh yeah, he did hop out of there really early, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't check the firelock stuff, and that's where I'm confused. I'm not surprised he didn't go take out Vidi, but yeah, he still could have gotten those 2 chests on the left, and then I don't think he got the 1 chest right next to the big chest either, because he doesn't have the Mire big key right now, so he can't complete it. But that's still 3 checks he could have done.
Fair. see what Argus has here, and I'm sure Nika is happy to have Tempered Sword on Argus. It's the shovel. Ninban going to heading over to Pod, but not. Okay, green pendant is Turtle Rock. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the fire rod cannot be on the pedestal. We know that now.
And actually, given the fact that Skull Woods is a crystal, it can't be in GT either. So it's around here somewhere.
Could be sitting here on our good friend Argus.
It could. It could also be sitting on our good friend Helma.
That as well. Ninban, unfortunately, is not going to be able to test that out because he has not been to Skull Woods to get his bow yet.
Yeah, this seed is definitely doing one of those just chew you up and spit you out sort of things.
And nope, just a map. A map to Turtle Rock sitting there on Skull, and Skull was a pendant.
Swamp, yes. Swamp is...
Swamp. My God.
So is that's our second pendant. So we're just missing one of them at this point.
Let's see where Nika goes from here. Is that... Yeah, okay. Yep, Nika is definitely... She's going to head over and check that ether tablet, which we've been talking about for a long time. And probably head over to Meyer afterward.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And from the heavens there falls the magic powder. Very nice quality of life item. And no, she's not going to do Meyer. She's going to go to Ice. Or perhaps check the Sora routes here. And she does have the shovel as well. She did get the shovel, so you might want to check that as well. But she is going to go up to Waterfall Ferry, and she's going to get her single arrow from Zora.
All right, so by hook or crook here, neither runner, when going through Pod, has been able to clear Pod. So we are going to have just a big old question mark on Helmasaur.
Yep. So we are going to need, really the only thing we know we're looking for right now is the fire rod for go mode. It is, of course, possible that the boots would be necessary if there is something on the torch in Ganon's tower that's required for progression. But that looks like the only item that we're really wanting right now for go mode. And as far as non-key items go. Like, we got plenty of keys we need to find, but as far as like actual items, the fire rod is it. We do need one more castle tower key. I think we found one. No, we found none. We found none.
I thought the key in the shooter room for Pod was a castle tower, but that may have said Ganon's tower.
It was Ganon's tower.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
So we'll see if Nika decides to do those checks here in Meyer that Ninban skipped. Ninban not getting the hammer jump there on the first try.
Yeah, honestly, this seed putting both of our runners absolutely through the ringer, and it's showing. You know, and you have to run through everything, and we're sitting at almost an hour in, and we're still missing a bunch of stuff, and we've had to make a bunch of disjointed checks. It just doesn't feel good. And you're sitting on like 8 hearts, and it was 4 hearts like 15 minutes ago. You know, it is stressful.
Yeah, this has not been an easy seed, and Ninban, of course, has got to be feeling the pressure because and there's our mirror shield, boys and girls. But he's got to be feeling the pressure after those 2 deaths on Cold Stare, the probably the most time-consuming boss to die on, and aside from, of course, a boss in Ganon's Tower. But you know, knowing that he lost a significant amount of time with those 2 deaths, he's got to be feeling the pressure right now. And that is a small key to Skull Woods. Meh, who cares?
And that's probably made worse by the fact that right now he is sitting on a sword upgrade, so he knows that like Nika could have really easily gone to Cold Stare with more offensive weaponry and thus not really had difficulty with it. So like it's one thing if you know that Cold Stare is kind of a gate for you and you were just stuck having a really hard fight, then like dying twice might not feel terrible. But when you die and then you grab a sword and knowing that there's another sword out there that he's going to be grabbing probably sooner than later, it's just going to make that feel even worse than it does right now. But hey, we do have another new check here because Ninban did not do these 2 checks. So if there's something here, that's going to just make it feel worse, honestly.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, we have reached about the hour point of this particular race. We'd like to remind you that if you enjoy what you're seeing here, and how could you not, these runners are putting in fantastic work for your enjoyment, why don't you give them a follow here on Twitch? There is the big key of Tower of Hera. That is huge.
Well, yes, it's a big key.
Yes,
Sorry,
of course.
I couldn't help it. But yeah, that actually puts that in logic, which is another place to go, since we didn't really do a whole lot in Hera the first time we were there because we were lacking the hook shot.
But as I was saying, make sure you give these runners a follow here on Twitch. They are putting in hard work for your entertainment, and they do deserve your follow. So give them your support here. And while you're at it, make sure you follow the ALTTPR League and the ALTTPR League 2 for more of this year's season tournament, or this season's tournament.
Yeah, we have a couple more fun games coming up for you through today and tomorrow that are all Dungeons Key Sanity. And then our next week, we shift over to the last week of the regular season here. And that is going to be a co-op info share, full boss and enemy shuffle. So there's going to be some amusing things there, as Meyer was not the answer.
Well, except for that Tower of Hera big key.
Right. Yeah, so that actually could be. I'm kind of stuck on those 2 fetch quests, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah, the powder and shovel, absolutely. But Nika says, nope, I'm going to swamp.
Ice.
Ice. God bless. I'm too old for this. You know what?
This Schwamp.
Yeah. Yeah, Nika definitely going to ice here. Not wanting to check those. I want to check those fetch quests.
You know, at this point, I almost feel like it's a conspiracy. You know, the runners are both just kind of like, so let's make sure we don't give them any new information. So let's just check everything the other person's checks so that the commentators don't know any more than we do.
That's right. So we'll see if I'm trying to think, and I think after Ninban clears desert here, I don't think he has anywhere else to go. I think he has to go to Skull Woods because wait, has he checked Graveyard Ledge? I don't know that he has.
I don't believe he's done Graveyard Ledge. I don't think either of them has done Catfish either, if I'm being perfectly honest. So that is out there as well.
Yeah, you pulled the words right out of my mouth. Oh, that's right. He did just get Swamp the small key to swamp. So he may go and do what Nika has already done here. Nika having a problem setting up Icebreaker. This is, oh wow, okay. I did not think that was going to work. I thought that block was too far to the left. Shows what I know. That's why I'm up here in the commentary booth, not on the ground playing the game.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. The super interesting thing about this Icebreaker thing is I barely see two people do it the same way. Like, I do Icebreaker, and my way looks completely different from both Nika and Ninban's strategy, and they all work. You know, we could also have a fire rod ducked a little farther into Turtle Rock. Or Mimic Cave, for that matter.
That is possible, but it just depends on where the rest of the keys are. Well, you are absolutely
Nika
right.
Has 3, so
yeah, and you're absolutely right. If you find enough keys, that fire rod could be on Laser Bridge. Yeah, it looks like Ninban is going to head straight to Swamp here. Where is Nika going? Oh, okay. All right.
I would presume iced tea, if I had to guess. You know, tried really hard not to get 1.0 there, but didn't have any luck.
So you got to wonder where Nika will go after this. Will she do those fetch quest checks of Magic Bat and Dig Spot?
Well, at this point, I'm thinking that she has the fetch quests and she has the mountain. The mountain being, Hera and Turtle Rock. So I don't think she has anything else. I think we're just kind of, that's what we got.
And I know that Ninban went and did Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave, but I don't believe that Nika has. So
I believe you are correct, yes.
So it appears, and I hate to use this word. It appears that Nika has an advantage right now. But
I feel like that's the adequate way to say it. That Nika does seem to have checked more currently than Ninban has. We're still missing a good 3 to 4, 5 items for Go Mode, so I mean it's not
exactly.
Nika actually has not done Smith Chain, which we know is a useless set of checks, but she doesn't know that. So
now, chat saying that pod key is going to hurt Nika. Yes and no, because Ninban used all of his keys as well. So, and Nika did not have any problem whatsoever with Cold Stare.
That's the difference between Tempered and Fighter. And even outside of that, you don't know that it's going to hurt her because, I mean, she could be strolling through Turtle Rock and just boom, found the other key to pod. So it doesn't. We don't know that it's going to hurt her until it does. And that's what makes All Dungeons Key Sanity so insane. You have no idea.
And I believe I'm correct, Old Man Sunshine. I believe that Ninban did, in fact, use all of his pod keys. I'm an old man, and I could be mistaken, but...
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I did not see it, and with Quick Swap the way it is, we are not going to get to see whether or not Ninban has all of his keys unless he does a menu for some reason. I recently found out a little quirk of this, which maybe I just didn't know, but did you know with Quick Swap, you could... Uh-oh, there's a small key there.
And it's a small key to Skullwest.
Well, never mind. But yeah, with Quick Swap, if you have something like the flute or the mushroom and you want to switch to the other item in the same slot, what you can actually do is hit L and R, which I didn't know.
Yep, we actually found that out by accident one evening in the Friday Night Crystal Company race.
Did Nika forget something back here? Did she not do the middle chest in Skullwoods? No.
She didn't have the big key. No, she did have the big key.
Did.
Oh, she apparently did not do the prison or and I know for a fact she did not do the room behind the switch. You know, where you're supposed to put the statue on it. I know she didn't do that room either.
There's 3 more checks here because there's this one, there's the Gibdo prison, and then there's that chest in the middle. Okay, so there's a couple more.
And pinball room here too.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah. I don't know how she didn't get. Uh-oh.
Big Key of Thieves Town. Oh my gosh! Wow.
That's pretty convenient, all things told.
It is. She's still got a check she didn't do though. Wonder why she's leaving now.
Because she's got the big key to Thieves Town.
Where?
You know what I'd kill for right now? How about some boots, man?
Yeah, right. All right, let's take a look. Let's take some stock and see what we need. We need a big key for Eastern Palace. We need a fire rod. We know that. We need
big
key to Misery Mire. Big key to Turtle Rock.
If what you said about Ninban is correct, we also need a small key to Pop.
Yeah.
And then 2 small keys to Castle Tower.
Yep.
And the big key to GT. So.
Yep. So a whole lot of stuff still to find here, but the numbers of locations where they can be are slowly dwindling down.
I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to look like Catfish has something, and it's not something I'm super thrilled about. But
yeah, yes, it is. And the question from Chad: how much of that is in GT? Well, the issue is that only one of the dungeons we have remaining is a pendant, because the only one that's left is Eastern. So that means Hera and Pod. Well, we know most of what's in Pod anyway. Thieves Town and Skull Woods are all crystals, so there can't be much in Ganon's Tower except maybe the big key to Eastern.
Yeah, you could also technically have the big key to Swamp in there with some sort of progression there.
That's fair.
Then it would have to be the big key to Eastern, though, that it would lead to. So yeah, functionally, we're missing the big key to Eastern, and that's really all that could be in GT, because everything else is required for a crystal.
We'll see what is down here in the basement of Steve's Town. And Ben gonna get his powder there. And we got a big key to Misery Mire. All right, there we go. There's more progression down. Nika just seems to be making all the right choices right now. But, quite frankly, doesn't have too many left.
I don't know. I'm still kind of waiting for it to come down to those mountain checks, and that hasn't happened yet. So if she can manage that and then be able to go back up and do Turtle Rock and Hera as her last dungeons outside of Aga Tower, that would be really convenient for routing.
Absolutely. Well, she can now clear both Hera and Mire, so I imagine after this she would probably run to Mire.
Yeah, that does make the most sense, as if you can put off that mountain, then you're going to.
Yeah, absolutely. I really want to know where that darn fire rod is.
Have we seen a magic bat check yet?
We have not.
Okay, so that's outstanding as well as catfish.
Yeah, I'm willing to put money that there's progression on catfish. And now Ninban finally going to Skull Woods, and you got to imagine his heart is going to sink when he finds the bow and a sword here.
Meanwhile, that is another crystal for Nika. So we are just chugging along with dungeon now, and I imagine that she'll be doing. Actually, she might do the Smith chain next, and then do Mire.
Yep. We shall see. It's his tempered sword finally. Well, now Ninban at least has 12 hearts. You got to feel comfortable with that. 12 hearts in blue mail.
Yeah, and you can get pretty close here.
Wait, did he not get his bow?
He didn't. He did the same thing Nika did.
Oh my god. Oh no, Ninban. Oh, you hate to see something like this happen. Like, y'all gotta understand, Ninban is really, really, really good at this game. And just to see somebody of his quality just having this type of race. There's the fire rod at Magic Bat! Oh my god.
I'm speechless. I've just got nothing. I don't even know if that's good. Like, is it good? Does that mean that Ninban's more likely to go back there because he's gonna find the fire rod, or is he going to ignore that after he gets the big key to Mire and just go straight back there, and not find the fire rod and not go back into like I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you just hate to see just the bad things that like this is just an awful confluence of events for Ninban, like so far below what you would normally expect from him. And we all have those runs every now and then, you know, where the best people have an off day, and this is definitely an off performance from Ninban here. But kudos to him for attempting that ridiculously difficult cold stare and finally making it. Just showing you the caliber of a player that he is. And Gary did not want to take the chest at all.
Gary said, "I've already eaten, thank you."
Yeah.
All right, so it does look like Nika is going to go ahead and complete Skull Woods. Hopefully she will not forget that middle chest and then the two items in the back. And then at that point, I imagine she's going to head her tail straight on over to Mire to go ahead and just full clear that. And then we're basically looking at just the mountain.
Yep, and we need 2 Castle Tower keys and a big key for Turtle Rock and a big key for Eastern. That's really, unless I'm missing it, that's really all that Nika definitely needs, with, of course, always the possibility of the boots.
I mean, I feel like you need the boots at this point anyway. It's like it's been, 76 minutes. Just please hand me the boots. I want to run.
Okay, no, I think she already did do that chest. I think that's where the bow was, the one she just walked past.
Oh, you know what? That you could very well be correct about that.
Yeah, because that's the one that Ninban skipped.
That's right. Yeah. So it looks like we're going to get a bridge room chest check first, and then we're going to go after our favorite friend, the moth.
The moth. With tempered sword, that's not even gonna be a fight.
I mean, that depends. You can still have a bug sitting on those spikes for a good long time and take,
That's fair. But she does have fire rod
swings.
and half magic to scare him down from there.
If this moth fight goes poorly, this one's on you, bud.
Fair. You already jinxed Ninban on Cold Stare, so or we show that we show no favoritism in the commentator's curse.
I guess that's one way of putting it.
And we have a green moth today. Actually, that's kind of pretty. She is taking this very cautiously.
Doing a really good job dodging stuff, just gonna be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Very
Holy
nice.
cow.
Moth just drops 10 arrows.
Ninban, no, Ninban. Alright, gonna be putting off that fire rod just a little bit longer.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Ninban. It really does pain me to see stuff like this happen because you just hate it for people. Because we've all been there where the only hang on, let's see what this. Just a little piece of love on the pedestal. Okay, pet is dead.
I would have laughed so hard if that had been an Aga Tower key.
Right? Well, it's all dungeons key sanity, so like if something's on the ped, you have to do them all anyway, you know?
That's fair, but it just means another trip to the area. Alright, so Eastern. Okay, cool. Never mind, we already know that. I just saw the Eastern pendant. I was like, oh! I was like, no, wait, we knew that.
And also remember, too, that once Nika completes Tower of Hera, that gives her both 5 and 6 crystals. So we also have Pyramid Fairy available. Be real interesting to see both Castle Tower keys at Pyramid Fairy.
So, interesting thought.
Oh, God.
Nika... No, not in terms of potentials. Nika did not take out Meyer.
No, she did not.
Is not necessarily a big deal, but if Vidi has something...
Yeah. Yeah, she has to climb all the way back up the mountain possibly a second or third time. Oh, this is a check we haven't seen. Ether Tablet.
Well, since she hasn't done Pod, she was going to have to come back up here again anyway, so...
Just a compass.
Alright, so as we go farther into this dungeon, I'd like to remind you that we still don't have the Tower of Hera small key, so yay. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Uh-oh. Oh, that is not the big key you want to see right now. Come on. Alright, so that big key to Swamp giving us one more check on the list of potentials.
Well, we're about to answer the question of what is on Vidi, and we're also going to answer the question of what does Trolldorm have in store, and Nika making a little bit of an error there.
Yeah, well, we pulled the big key for Swamp out of the big chest here in Hera, so you can add that to the list.
Oh God, there's another place to go check that could be a mere distraction.
A mirror distraction, yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, it was there. I had to take it.
It's okay. And as I predicted, both of our runners now have the mirror shield. We'll make for a nice turtle rock at least if you have to do laser bridge.
I mean, we're gonna have to do laser bridge. We're just gonna have to do anything, everything.
Well, the answer is always laser bridge.
Well, that's mainly for the ice rod, and we've already got that, so I think we might be okay.
Nika falling a lot here in Tower of Hera.
Yeah, it's terrible, honestly.
It's terrible. Ooh, trolled again.
Oh goodness, Ninban's still not having a bow.
Yeah. And given everything, it might be a minute before he heads back to Skull Woods, but all right, so, well, the question was, did Viddy have anything? The answer was, heck no. There's another fetch quest on Moldorm, the Mushroom. My gosh.
Do you want to do a fetch quest?
Indeed.
I feel like the correct answer there was just a solid no. I don't. All right, so double flutes here. It looks like Ninban is gonna come over to Hera.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ninban got the Hera Big Key, so that's where he's going to go. Nika's probably going to clear Turtle Rock here.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. You can full clear this dungeon outside of the lava chest. Although, given the way that she did Pod, she might choose to do the lava chest and just not clear it.
It's possible. We shall see how this goes. You've got to think, after Hera, I think Ninban's pretty much out of checks.
Have we seen Spike Cave?
I do not believe that we have.
Okay, so we've got Spike Cave. We've got Catfish. We've got the Mushroom check.
Yep.
And other than that, we pretty much have Turtle Rock and GT.
Yeah, and whatever's on our most nights.
Right, but we're probably going to be in go mode before we get there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that was here.
Yeah, the Turtle Rock Big Key's in Turtle Rock. Yeah. Now, interesting. Nika will be able to check the right side over here. Remember, Ninban was not able to check this because he did not, obviously, did not have the fire rod when he came up here to Turtle Rock. So, some of our mystery. Oh no, Nika misses. She may have to start over. I don't know if she's got enough time.
I don't know either. It's gonna be close. Well, at that point, no, I would doubt. Although it's no, okay. I was like, it's still open, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're gonna be doing the same thing again. She needed to have waited.
Yeah. Well, luckily there's a full magic decanter sitting under one of those skulls.
She might make it now, though.
She got it.
She got it. Meanwhile, Ninban absolutely dispatches of Moldorm here for his wonderful mushroom.
Nice little swag there. Oh, small key to Hera doesn't help. Small key to Desert also.
Hey, don't say that. Those small keys total 3 items between themselves.
Oh, that's right. Nobody has full clear Desert yet. That's correct.
Yeah, and Hera's right there, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Nika just turn her butt right around after Turtle Rock and just go ahead and check that chest. Meanwhile, Ninban might be doing a second dip of Turtle Rock without the fire rod.
Oh, it hurts.
It hurts. It hurts real bad.
It hurts so much.
Especially if progression is over on one of those 2 small keys that Nika just grabbed. That is going to be
the question in the chat is, why is he going back to Turtle Rock? Well, he knows that because of the number of keys that he has, so I think he's got Yeah, see, he has 3 keys here to Turtle Rock. He knows that he can get pretty deep into Turtle Rock with those 3 keys. I don't know if he realizes that he skipped a chest in Skull Woods. And so, given that, this is probably the highest density location that he has available to him,
And
at
these
least in his
berries
mind.
again. Well, he's also
Yes.
skipped Magic Bat.
Yes, he has.
And both of those are completely separate of one another. So it just.
Oh, interesting choice here by Nika.
Oh,
She
no.
is skipping Lava Chest.
Okay, good. Well, we know that's a map because.
Oh, that's right.
Ninban already checked
That's right. Ninban did check it. No. Ninban has the big key for Turtle Rock.
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, that's right. He reset. Oh my gosh. He got it, but remember he reset when he was in here.
Oh, so does he have the big key right now?
No, he doesn't. He forgot it.
Oh,
he
that's
forgot to get it on time too through it. Oh no. And there is a Skullwood small key in Mimic Cave.
I swear, the last 2 small keys that we find in this entire seed are going to be the 2 that we need.
They're going to be in GT.
I mean, I feel like they have to be at this point. That is by far the largest concentration of items we have.
Big key to Ganon's Tower.
All right, that's one thing you can knock off the list. So now we just need that Eastern Big and the 2 Castle Tower Smalls.
So people are talking about, didn't he die and save? But remember, I seem to remember him opening Lava Chest the first time he was through, and Lava Chest was just there's the small key for Castle Tower in Crystal Roller Room.
Yeah, but, so what he ended up doing was he went over to Lava Chest and then opened it, and it was a map to something. I do not recall what.
Right, and that's when he saved and quit.
He did not save and quit. He reset.
Yeah, he reset. Yeah.
So he does not.
Oh, but he died at the top floor. Oh, okay. All right, that's right. Yep. The smart stuff. Yep, there we go. Ninban outsmarting everybody. And Nika having a time here on this Laser Bridge Part 1.
And yes, at this point, Ninban would have to have it because he wouldn't be able to get here without it. So
yeah.
Butter!
Everyone loves butter. Dick O' Butter. 300 roops. And another heart, so we still waiting on that Eastern Palace big key, 1 key to Castle Tower. We still need both of those things. Ninban does have a pod key. Okay, so saith Old Man Sunshine. All right, well then I was incorrect. So that could be a huge difference maker here. Unless Trinex here drops a pod key, because Ninban will be able to complete pod. Yeah, that 6 pod key is now very, very important.
Yes. And the problem is there's still a couple of not fun places it could be. But then the question just continues as Ninban heads over to that pod big chest, or the swamp big chest. Pulling you here. Does he remember either of those locations?
Yep. And no, you're not backseat calming, old man. Please correct me if I am incorrect here.
Looks like this is actually going to be a pyramid fairy check, which is not a bad call.
No, not at all.
And yeah,
And
I'm willing to bet that Nika is just going to go ahead and probably do this Hera basement check after she's done with this, if I had to guess.
Yeah, almost certainly. So it's going to come down to this may come down to who finds their key soon enough, because Ninban needs a Turtle Rock big key, or a Turtle Rock small key, I think.
And Nika is, at least thus far, leaving that Hera basement.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I think she has a fairy? No, Ninban has the fairy.
So that's the problem with the cape, is that sometimes it's a delayed activation. That's why Burna is usually the better choice in a clutch like that, because Burna activates instantly. The cane does not, or the cape does not. So that's what killed her there, was the delay on activation of the cape. And Ninban going to do the mushroom turn in here.
That's going to be a new check for us as well. And then, actually, given that he's in the Dark World, we might see a catfish check as well.
I'd be willing to bet that he checks catfish after this.
Well, I would have been willing to bet that Nika was going to check the Hera basement, but
that's fair. All right, so just 20 rupees for the mushroom turn in, not anything terribly special. All right, so that time
cutting it close there again.
Yeah. After dying there the first time, I'd have probably hit it on 2 hearts.
Hey, 12 hearts, but not progression.
Well, here it is. Here's catfish, and we have been talking about this for at least 30 minutes now, if not longer. So we have been certain that there was something required here on catfish. The question is, what is it? The answer is a small key to pod. There's the pod small key that we've all been worried about. That's going to be important for Nika. May not be so important for Ninban, however.
Okay, so Ninban needs... Where is he going?
I don't have... Maybe he's going to Spike Cave.
Maybe. Okay, so Ninban needs to find the fire rod. Ninban needs to find the bow. Ninban needs to find that TR small that I have no idea where it is right now. And Nika needs to get her hands on catfish.
Yep.
And then they both need to find themselves an Eastern Palace Big Key.
Which at this point we're relatively certain is in Ganon's tower.
Unless it's sitting on Helmasaur. That would be pretty darn funny too. But yeah, basically it could be in the Ice Palace Big Chest, it could be on Helmasaur, and honestly I think that's about it.
This is it's coming down to the wire here. That this is why we were saying earlier that somebody may have an advantage, but you really never know who is in the lead, particularly in an all dungeons key sanity seed.
Sorry, Old Man Sunshine. I meant Swamp Big Key, Swamp Big Chest. My fault.
So wait. What is Ninban doing?
Checking the swamp big chest. That is literally all
Does
the
he
key
have?
here, I think.
Does he have the big key?
I mean, according to the tracker, he does. Like, oh no, he does not. Oh, I don't know then. Did he not do left side? Maybe.
No, he did left side.
I don't know, man. I feel like this seed is just an absolute chaos mess right now. Nope. You didn't hit it. Turn around.
I know. We'll find out here in a second.
Yeah, because that does say 9 of 10, so we're only missing that big chest. And of course,
It
for the
looks
life
like
of me,
he does have the big key. Okay. And it's a small key to Turtle Rock. Well, there's that key that he needed.
There's the key he needed. Oh, if she's using arrows, she is going to run out long before the end here. So
yeah, just grab the cape and just slash away with the cape.
Spins don't do any extra damage. You've got gold sword.
Yep.
Still doing well to do a bunch of damage. Good job.
Sure.
Okay, so that is now 6 crystals for Nika.
Yep.
And then, yeah, we are going to go check these 2 items here in Desert.
Yep.
What was sitting on the torch? That was something completely useless, right?
Bottle with a B. Not completely useless, but not anything anybody's going to come back for.
It's not going to lead to progression.
300 roops. And the map to swamp. I'm sure that's exactly what she wanted to see.
All right, so Hera basement. And
oh no, Nika's going to turn in the mushroom here, but she's not in the dark world, so she's not going to get that key that she needs.
We are going to get one more check here from Ninban with 1 key. He can open up that next check here. Going to see what's in the dark room. That'll be 1 more new check.
See where Nika decides to go from here.
Doing the same thing. I'm not really surprised. There's not really a whole lot they have left at this point.
No. What if she realizes she hasn't checked Catfish yet? Of course, this is a quicker check, so... That's fair, too. Sailor Nep saying Pyramid Fairy to Catfish makes more sense. It makes sense for Nika. It does, but...
But she could have just as easily paired this with that. You
yeah,
could have dropped off the bomb and then mirrored and done this, and then mirrored back over and turned in the mushroom, and then done Catfish.
Looks like Ninban's finally going to get his fire rod.
And that's going to lead him directly to that bow, unless he thinks that he already grabbed that chest.
Yeah, that's going to be very problematic for him.
Yeah, if he thinks he's already grabbed that chest, then we might be in trouble. But other than that, he's going to grab his fire rod here and then his bow immediately afterwards.
And Nika pausing a lot at the menu screen, which kind of tells us that she does not know what she's thinking. Like, what have I missed here? Because that's usually what happens. You hit the menu screen and you go, all right, what have I missed? All right, so this is promising for Nika. She's heading south here to this Dark World teleporter. She might be heading for Catfish. If she is, that is going to be almost go mode for her, because we still need that one castle tower key.
And the Eastern Palace Big Key. Don't forget about that sucker, too.
We've just all basically resigned that sucker's sitting in GT at this point.
Post Moldorm chest. All right, awesome. And here comes the bow for Ninban, which is going to feel all sorts of fun.
Finally. Oh, he's got to be pissed right now.
Not happy, at the very least, I'd be willing to bet.
Let's see if Nika decides to route in Catfish after. I mean, she's going to strike out pretty much here at Pyramid Ferry, but.
I mean, is she missing anything else? Like, is there anything else she could check?
Not particularly, no. I don't think so.
Like.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
That's not.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Nika. Oh.
Yeah. Go in the swamp, I'd be willing to bet. That's the only other thing I can think of. That swamp big chest.
Yep. Which will be the extra key to Turtle Rock that she doesn't need.
Yeah, but the problem is that's going to put her back into Turtle Rock.
What didn't she check?
Hera Basement.
No. I was talking about Turtle Rock. You said that's going to put her back up to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, because she didn't check the lava chest.
That's right. Okay.
So if she gets that TR
where is
small,
she going? Okay, she's going to Hera Basement.
Hera Basement, yeah.
Exactly, Nika. Go fish.
I don't know. We might still have an Eastern Palace big key or a Castle Tower small key. So although this isn't the item that we know she needs, there might still be something here that she needs. So I'm not saying go fish quite yet. The odds aren't in her favor, to be certain. But
yeah.
And since Ninban feels really behind, he might choose to skip that, which would be absolutely just insane.
See where he's going. Yeah, he's going to go clear out Pod.
Which will actually give us another new check in Helmasaur.
Indeed. And Nika going to take her coffee break. Smoke if you got them, or don't, because smoking's bad for you.
You know, I feel like an hour and 45 minutes, they probably need the coffee.
I am so glad that I am commentating this seed and not playing it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. $20.
This is 20 roots.
I'm sorry.
All right, so now where is Nika going to go? Nika, catfish. Catfish. I don't think she's going to catfish. She could be.
She might be. I feel like this is actually probably technically quicker. But I don't like that menu.
I don't either. That you see menus like that, you believe that the runner is questioning. Oh wait, she's gonna turn in Green Pendant.
Oh, actually, the fact that she mirrored there is really good. That does imply to me that she has a reason for being in the Dark World, and the only thing I can think of right now is Catfish. She's going to turn in Green Pendant first, which is a good call.
Nope.
Which is the map to Thieves Town, yep. And And then she is hopefully going to go do herself a catfish for that last key.
Come on, Nika. Catfish, catfish, catfish. Again, we are completely impartial here. We don't care which one of these runners wins. It's just we don't want to see a runner. We want to see a runner make the right choices.
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's quality of life. We don't want the seed going on for 2.5 hours. So,
yeah,
like, no one wants to play a 2.5 hour all dungeon key sanity. And this seed has been super not friendly. I am not implying that the 2.5 hour seed here is going to be either of these runners' fault. Like, 4 hearts, Dark World access into a bunch of weird stuff being in weird stuff. It just was not fun. I am completely all for that. But it's been fun.
All right, so we're about to see what's on Helma here.
At this point, it doesn't really matter. Nika is going to grab this key and going to just follow. So Ninban is going to be ahead by this, but behind by a clear of Turtle Rock.
Yes.
So I would, at this exact point, once this small key is grabbed, give the lead to Nika. But with
very slight.
But with GT routing, it's all over the place. That lead means absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it'll be quick for Nika to go clear pod here. But she's going to have to climb up the mountain, and Ninban's going to have a quick clear of Turtle Rock, and he does not have to climb back up the mountain.
So. Well, it's not going to be super quick, though, because Ninban still needs 2 items, and he's not going to be go-moding Turtle Rock. He's going to have to stop, get those 2 chests.
Yep.
And then I believe, I don't remember how far down he went in Turtle Rock, but he's going to have to clear, at the very least, the Laser Bridge, or did he clear all the way to Laser Bridge?
I don't believe he went to Laser Bridge.
Yeah, so there's still going to be quite a few checks. It's going to be an abbreviated Turtle Rock, to be certain, but he still is going to be checking some chests, because you don't want to clear GT and then end up that, Turtle Rock had your progression, which we know it doesn't, but he doesn't know that. So
right. And he's still looking for that Castle Tower key, as well as the Eastern Palace big key. And of course, even at this late stage in the game, you will never turn down boots.
Well, no, especially not because, we could have progression in King's Tomb or Bonk Rocks.
Right.
Like, let's not forget that. Those are still an option. And unfortunately, both the items we're looking for can be literally anywhere.
Yes, that is correct.
The
Agate Tower, Sunshine. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. The Agate Tower small key can be literally anywhere. Like, literally any check remaining in the game. And the Eastern Palace big key can just not be on Armos and not be in the Eastern Palace big chest, and that is all.
Yep. And yes, Lumberjack was checked. Lumberjack was just a piece of heart, if I remember correctly.
Oh, man, that Desert Palace small. I had forgotten that Desert Palace small was there. That's going to feel bad, too.
Yeah, This might lead Ninban on a wild goose chase back to Desert, because he might still be looking for that Eastern Palace key or one of those Castle Tower keys.
I don't know. Do you clear that first? I feel like you still go full steam ahead to GT.
Yeah, he's got 3 small keys and the big key. Yeah, there's no reason not to at that point.
Whoa, not checking chain chomps. I mean, it doesn't matter, but Ninban never checked that chest. He just walked right through where the chest would have been.
He checked it the first time he went through.
Oh, that's right. And then did the... Yeah. Okay, never mind. Sorry, that just threw me for a loop there.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows nothing's there.
All right, so Nika down to 2.5 hearts. You're going to want to be careful, as even with blue mail, it's a 1 heart per shot. So,
yeah, like Helma can surprisingly hurt you, particularly if he just decides to charge forward on you. You get hit a couple times there. Helma is down, And Nika, see where she goes from here. I mean, really, the only answer is GT for her at this point.
Hey, can we do it? I think we can do it, right? All right, guys. There are 27 checks in Ganon's Tower. One of them has the Eastern Palace Big Key. Go ahead, get your numbers in check because we might as well. Yeah, we could do the Castle Tower Small Key, but I felt like it'd be better to go with the with the Eastern Palace Big because the Castle Tower Small could also be an Eastern. So
Yep.
So I feel like the Eastern Palace Big Key was the more natural guess there. Sailor Nap just flat out refusing to guess. And this is actually going to be really close. Ninban actually might have a lead coming out of this.
That's very true.
Nika is going this way to GT for some reason.
I don't think this is faster.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Yeah, they're going to be very close, but Ninban is going to have an advantage.
Oh man, that green pendant. That's such a terrible grab right now.
Right? Yeah. But no, you're right though. At this point, you just go to GT. Yep, Ninban does get a slight advantage coming out of Turtle Rock.
Unless he chooses to check Hera Basement.
Which is...
not a bad call.
It's not a bad call, but Nika is going to go and check Super Bunny Cave. She has not checked it yet. We know that there's nothing there, but... see, does Ninban check her basement? No.
All right, so here we go. 1 through 27. Looks like we're going full left. Or potentially Dark Magician strats. Bob's torch being just a big 20, so that's 1 out of the way. And interesting, Ninban not even grabbing that small key from the pot. I don't fully agree with that. Yep, turn it around.
Yeah, neither does he, apparently.
Right.
Now, he just ran into the glitch here. He's going to have to restart. He's going to have to mirror out. Because that room glitches out if you come back in from the other way immediately. Okay, no, he doesn't have to mirror out. He just has to come back from the other way.
All righty, Nika going to the right. This could get very interesting.
Yep, she has 3 keys. There's 300 roops. There's 20 roops. Another 20 on Ninban's side. Another 20 on Ninban's side. 10 arrows and another 20.
All right, and we have the at least temporary skip of Tile Room from Nika. And yeah, and Ninban is going Dark Magician strat. So at this point, Nika is going to have a slight lead for at least a little while here. All right, and those checks currently put Ninban at 7, since we're going to be going by his count. He was the first one in the tower, technically. So he is skipping that Tile Room chest as well.
Oh, single rupee. Ugly. 20 rupees. All the rupees are in Ganon's tower. All the trash seems to be in Ganon's tower. My gosh.
Yeah, so now we know from Nika's screen that checks, these next 4 checks here are just going to be more just absolute useless garbage.
Yeah, so this is going to be... My gosh, this is going to be close.
We're up to 11 checks for Ninban now as he heads straight back over. Nika going to have to take the detour here. Ninban's going to be able to keep going, so should have a little bit of a lead. But given that we're looking for 2 items, and one of them could be sitting, I mean, yeah, it's just this could just be a mess, honestly.
Yeah, we are. My gosh, after nearly 2 hours of play, look at how close our runners are to each other. My gosh. Now, odds are that last castle tower key that we need is here in GT, which means you got to give Ninban an advantage here. I think Ninban's execution is a little bit better than Nika's. At least that's what I've seen so far throughout the seed. But you never count anybody out here. That's a small key to GT. So
you just about jumped out of your shoes there.
I almost did.
I could hear the excitement. That's a small key to. Oh. To be fair, it's probably the exact same thing that Ninban did a couple seconds ago and then Nika just now. Like, oh,
Yep.
it's come on. I still have small keys left that aren't Castle Tower.
There's a big key to Eastern. There we go.
There it is. Wait, Ninban? Ninban, you still need a Castle Tower small.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
This could either be brilliant or
Are you
a
gonna do it
terrible
too?
mistake.
No, she is not making that call.
No. All right, that is either brilliant by Ninban. That is either the race or that's the race.
That's either the race or the race.
Yeah. That is either way, that is the race.
I'm not going to lie here. I like Nika's play better.
I do too.
There's 6 checks? Because you've got Bob's chest, you've got the 3 behind Ice Armos, and then
the
you're
chest.
looking at the big chest right here as well.
Yeah, that was the race right there. Okay, there's 50 rupees, so that's not that Castle Tower key. That's the only thing we're looking for. One more key to Castle Tower.
And then potentially, where are you going? Is this way faster? And then potentially, I guess it would be. And then potentially tile room as well. Right, and then potentially tile room as well. I don't know if she's going to choose to check that, but it's there.
Or what if the boots are here and that darn Castle Tower key is sitting at Bonk Rocks or King's Tomb?
That is 2 more checks, yeah. That's actually huge as well.
So if the boots are sitting here behind Ice Armos, ooh.
I mean, we'll know. We'll have a pretty good idea of how badly Ninban messed this one up before he actually gets to check any chests.
Now, and we'll see. Like, if he doesn't check any more chests here in GT, he may think that he has 2 Castle Tower keys.
No way. You don't think that happened, did you? That would be the game regardless.
That would be disaster is what that would be. But yeah. There's Oh my god.
Oh. And she's gonna do tile room.
Oh my god.
Okay, again, so at this point, there are 6 locations left? Other than this check right here. There's 4 up top of the tower, and there's 2 boots checks.
Yep. Like we said, Ninban's decision to just go up the tower was either the game or it was the game.
Oh, I don't know which way it is yet, though.
No, we will find out, but yeah, no, he could absolutely be all right. Like I said, that could have been a brilliant choice that's going to end up making a difference of 2 or 3 minutes in this race, probably more.
Zelda actually reminding us that there's still 2 checks in Eastern Palace that could contain the Castle Tower small.
That's fair, too.
So we're just not going to know, because I assume that Nika is going to climb the tower after this. So those boots checks are just going to be up in the air.
Yep. Well, it was not tile room, so Okay, Ninban is checking the chests here. No castle tower key there. Oh my god, can you imagine if that castle tower key is sitting at either Pancrox or King's Tomb? Oh my word.
You have powder, Nika. Please use it.
All right, let's see what is in Moldorm 2 chest. It's a small key!
There it is.
Castle tower! Oh my!
Wow. That's insanity. And with that, Ninban has a commanding lead.
Ninban with the play. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I was definitely going to ask him. That was the play of the game without a doubt. Wow. No, the boots will not make a difference, Old Man Sunshine. Not at this point, I don't think.
Yeah, the boots will definitely help, but not with the 3 to 4 minute lead that Ninban has at the very least right now. Not with only Eastern Palace left. I mean, there's not enough time.
Yeah, there's not enough game left.
Nika's chance was that castle tower being behind the boots, and
Yes.
there wasn't a bad chance of that happening. It didn't work out that way.
Yeah. Yeah, so at this right now is without question Ninban's race to lose. And look, we're not counting Nika out at all. I mean, she has done extraordinarily well, and she definitely has a chance. But if Ninban plays this right, Ninban has to screw up to lose.
Yeah, very much so. We're basically looking at like either completely forgetting to do Eastern or like 2 to 3 Ganon falls.
Yeah. Yeah, I am glad I commentated this race because this was a fantastic race. And regardless of how it turns out from here on out, this has been fantastic because the person who was in quote unquote the lead changed multiple times through this race.
Yeah, and in dramatic fashion, no less.
Yeah. Because there were times where during this race that I would have put money on Nika to win. Particularly after the multiple deaths that Ninban had on Cold Stare, and how long it took him to find the bow. But ultimately, that gamble in Ganon's Tower is what appears to be what will win the race for him. I mean, really gutsy play. Really gutsy play. I would not have had the guts to do what he did. No way.
Oh no, never in a million years. I maybe wouldn't have checked tile room, but I'm checking. I'm definitely checking ice armors. Like that's definitely happening.
Wow. The Moldorm 2 chest. I called it. Wait, didn't I call that like 10 minutes into the race?
Get out. You can just leave.
I think I did. I think I called that
No,
really,
get out.
really early.
Get out. I refuse to give you the satisfaction. But yeah, you did call that like at a ridiculously early time.
Wow, wow, wow.
Well, that first pattern is not fun.
And Ninban here on this incredibly entertaining Aga 1 fight. Yay. Nika takes care of Aga 2. Man. Aga 1 having a lot of red balls in this game. They're not blue balls here. So interesting. Nika's going to do Eastern first.
I don't dislike the play.
I don't either.
It does mean that she's going to get a full health refill before having to deal with our resident pig friend.
I don't know that. Is it really slower? You have to run back up to that spot anyway.
I don't know, because what you technically could do, what Ninban could do here, is complete Eastern, and then flute to 5, and then pick up the rock, get into the Dark World, S and Q.
Yeah.
So I think technically that would be a little faster than what Nika's doing, but then he's not going to drop in with full health.
Yeah, okay, all right, that's fair, yeah. Yeah, the difference in these runners right now is basically Castle Tower.
I'm honestly not certain how they're still missing as many hearts as they are, since we pretty much picked up everything.
Well, they passed up a couple of pieces of heart too. Like
sure.
Pyramid was a piece of heart, but yeah.
I don't recall either of them passing up any full hearts off the top of my head. And I mean, Ninban is missing at minimum 13 pieces of heart then. Or some full hearts, which I guess there could be one sitting here. Oh, he's grabbing some arrows. Not a bad call, honestly.
Yeah, he realized he was... Yeah, we never found silvers either. Unless they're sitting on Armos Knights.
They could be sitting on Armos Knights. They could be in the Eastern Palace big chest, which
that's fair, because
I think I would have picked that. I think I would have picked up that chest were I one of these runners, just because it doesn't take me 45 seconds and it's almost guaranteed to have the silvers, I think. But honestly, I might be missing something at this point too.
Nope, silvers are on Armos.
Or alternatively, I cannot wait to see these collection rates. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Or a lot. Sorry.
It's going to be a lot. And probably fairly close, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair too.
All right, so Nika's currently sitting on 0 arrows, and Ninban is not going to be much better with a massive total of 2. All right, so with that being said, we are 2 hours and 11 and a half minutes in, and Ninban has a date with the pig.
Yep. What?
I mean, I guess that
quit here.
I guess that might be incrementally faster, but yeah, I would have probably just fluted to 5.
For a second there, all I saw was a black screen on Ninban. I was like, "Oh no, this is not the time to be having problems with your setup."
And Ganon showing us that in a previous life he worked on commercials for breakfast cereals.
Indeed.
In a slightly creepy fashion, no less, but you know.
So barring a fall here, which is highly unlikely with Butter Sword and Silvers. Yeah, this looks like Ninban is going to be our winner here.
I'm just saying, you said that.
I said barring a fall. So
yeah. Worst case scenario, you even said a word similar to Bari that had been absolutely torturing Ninban.
Wait, why is he using spins? There we go.
Because he only has 2 arrows?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So not getting the torch glitch here is actually somewhat unfortunate. Probably not going to be the end of the world, but the torch glitch would have been helpful.
Yeah,
not falling would be helpful as well.
Yeah, he's got half magic, so he's going to need, what, 3 more spins here?
Just barely poked him there. That's kind of annoying.
There he goes.
There we go.
GG to Ninban. What a seed. My God.
I definitely have someone I'm giving this seed to. I mean, what?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ninban is the victor in this race with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, 55 seconds. What a seed. My gosh. Whew. And we are joined now by Ninban. Ninban, GG. Oh my God, man.
Thank you.
So we got to know. We have to know. When you mirrored out after getting the Eastern Palace big key in Ganon's Tower, whoa, why? That's what won the race.
Go mode. And then 10 seconds after. Oh yeah, I'm still missing the Castle Tower key.
It wasn't even intentional.
Yeah. Because so the difference there, I mean, literally at that time, Nika was about a screen behind you, 2 screens maybe. And
Nice.
So she full cleared the bottom of Ganon's Tower because she was still looking for the second Castle Tower key.
Yeah.
She found the boots behind Armos Knights. So we're sitting there thinking, oh my God.
We nearly lost our minds because...
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, with the way this seed had gone, the fact that it was going to end at a conclusion that we just weren't going to know until you made those 4 checks. Because obviously she wasn't going to turn around and go check Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb before doing GT. So we're just watching you climb just with bated breath, like, is this going to work out? And it was looking like you were just done, and then you pull it out of literally the last chest.
I mean, there was still a couple overworld locations I could have checked.
Yes, but at that point, we knew that it was sitting on either those top 4 in GT, the 2 chests in Eastern that the big key gave access to,
or the boots,
or King's Tomb or Bonk Rocks.
Okay, I see. Well, that was fortunate. What can I say?
I wouldn't even really call it fortunate given all this seed threw at you. I feel like it was a breath, and it was the only breath this seed gave the 2 of you. Like, the health. Like, it was looking half an hour in, like you guys were doing a spoiler log seed. Like, just 6 hearts, 45 minutes in. It was terrible.
It was. My dad, my cold stare can witness about that.
I was gonna ask you about that. We were watching. We hurt for you when you had those 2 deaths on cold stare. But your third try at cold stare, I think I just about had a heart attack.
I'm not gonna lie. For your second fight, I was thinking, just use Burna, because like you had a moment there, and you were like, "Can I get out of here? Can I get out of here? Can I get out of here?"
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. That's wise. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I just didn't think about it. I knew I was close, so let's just die.
all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, GG's to Nika, who has finished with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 41 seconds. GG's, what a seed, what a race. Just because for a very long time, Ninban, Nika had a clear but slight advantage on you for about an hour.
What was it?
The fire rod and bow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. I
got those really late.
Yeah, she found the bow and the extra sword in Skull Woods very, very early. But she made I don't know if it would be a critical mistake, but she, unlike you, she used up all of her keys in pod and had to find and had to find another pod key. That was one thing that you did that really helped you catch up.
Yeah, when I went back into pod, I had all the keys, but I don't remember where was the, let's say, the deepest one in the seed.
Yeah, the last one that both of you found was catfish. Obviously, it probably wasn't logically the deepest one technically, but it was the last one that both of you found.
Yeah. Rottingly deep. Can we say that?
Right. Yes, I completely agree. Yeah. I'm also kind of baffled at how you guys basically full cleared the seed. You guys only had like 14 and 15 hearts respectively. Like, there's some stuff missing there.
Yeah, we don't know where all those extra hearts were. We are now joined by Nika. Nika, GG, what a seed.
Thank you. Let's not talk about it.
Oh, my word.
Yeah,
well, we're going to have to talk about it. We're going to have to talk about it a bit because, what we were just talking about with Ninban was that you found the bow and the extra sword in Skull Woods about an hour before he did. And you had a significant lead, but for the one key in pod.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Ganon's tower, you two were literally only a screen behind each other. But Ninban mirrored out and started the climb as soon as he found the Eastern Palace big key. That was basically the deciding factor in this race. You guys were so close.
Damn. That's a gamble.
Yeah, it was definitely a gamble. But Ninban, you want to explain that one?
You want to explain the skip GT basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I found the Eastern big key, my only thought was go mode, let's mirror, and 10 seconds after, oh yeah, I'm still missing the castle tower key. It must be on the climb anyway.
Well, you guess right.
Yeah.
And we were losing our minds.
If I was more
focused,
I would have continued like you and found the boots, but
yeah.
It didn't help, Nika, that you did end up finding the boots. Like, we were just freaking out because Ninban over here is still going through the gauntlet. So we have no idea what his checks up here are going to be. And you're just sitting there with those boots. And we're like, well, there's a decent chance at this point because you guys have pretty much cleared the full seed. So you've got the 4 checks up on top of GT, the 2 checks in the Eastern, and then the 2 checks that your boots gives you. So there was a decent chance that Ninban was just going to be completely destroyed by not grabbing those 4 checks. And then out of the last check that he pulls, being the post Moldorm chest, has that small key. And we're just like, wow.
Yeah, it was insane. It was a great seed to commentate. I'm so glad I didn't have to play it.
You want the seed? I still have the permalink ready for you.
Yes, please. I have someone I'm going to give it to.
Yeah, just very noxious and just lots of go here, then go over here on this side of the map, completely out of the way, then go back to the other side that you just came from. I'm so glad I
Yeah.
didn't have to play it.
We spoke a bit about the seed in the race chat, and I think me and Nika, we just both double dipped a lot of stuff, or even triple dips. It was all over the place.
I didn't double dip that much, admittedly. I feel pretty satisfied with how I did.
Oh, you should. You
freaking-
both played that. You
Uh,
you played that seed exceptionally well.
I guess, yeah.
And honestly, the complete and total stinginess of health early on was, it was not fun. Like Ninban over here had a third try as the charm against Cold Stare with a fighter sword, hammer, fire rodless trio, and it was I think he had 6 hearts at that point. This seed was just not giving you anything really early on.
Folks, any final words before we sign off here? Nika, you first.
Next time we do this, hopefully, let's not have it on the same day as an Ocarina of Time randomizer qualifying.
I agree.
Nothing like having 162 people in a race, right? That ends up getting canceled an hour later. I'm not dunking on anybody.
Oh no, that was a dunk. Don't even. You can't do it. I saw the basketball come over your head and just destroy the rim. Like you got a broken backboard on the floor, and you're like, I'm not dunking. No, you dunked.
And the impeccable timing of the cancellation of that race and race time GG just working again 100%.
Yeah, but correlation doesn't equal causation. That was completely and totally separate.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with each other. Nothing whatsoever. Ninban, any final thoughts before we sign off, sir?
Since we already talked about Ocarina of Time randomizer, I want to thank both of you for your patience first, and for commentating the seed, which is another test of patience. And and I want to thank Kono Tyrant for streaming it. And I don't know who tracked, maybe Kono Tyrant as well.
Kono.
Yep, same person.
Okay, good. So thank you everyone and the organization of the league, because those races are very fun to do, and we get to meet a lot of people. I didn't know about Nika, but she's a good player, and that's fun. So yeah, just thanks all around.
It's kind of funny you say that, because I kind of knew about you for a while and how scary good you were. I was kind of so when I saw you on my phone, I was kind of dreading it. But I'm surprised how close it actually came out to be in the end.
Yeah, that's randomizer. It's really there are really ways to I want to say approach a better player, like in skill. I feel like the skill difference isn't as much as, say, let's say you're on NMG and you run NMG or something like that.
And
like,
honestly,
like if I want to compare with times I know, like Andy beats me by 10 minutes in NMG, but I can beat him in randomizer like maybe less than 50% of the time. But I would never beat him in NMG. So that's kind of one of the fun things about randomizer.
that is fair. Another thing to consider is, honestly, when I'm playing against someone who has a much higher skill level than I do, I hope for just a fall down, drag out fight of a seed, because when that happens, like this seed was, like literally anything under the sun can happen. If you have a typical seed where not a whole lot's really super out of the way and the routing just kind of makes sense and you move forward, you're not going to have as much of a chance if your opponent is better than you in terms of execution. But for a seed like this, all bets are off. Like, if you are even in the same league as your opponent, it's a coin toss, because any one of those plays can end up gaining you or losing you 10 minutes, and that is huge.
Well, Nika, Ninban, absolutely fantastic seed. As I said before, I'll say it for like the 3rd or 4th time now. Glad I was commentating and not running it. Thank you for for the entertainment there. Congratulations to Ninban for his victory there. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this particular race in the Link to the Past Randomizer League series. We have plenty more matches coming at you tomorrow. I think we are scheduled for 5 or 6, I think, tomorrow. And they will either be here on this channel, the ALTTPR League, or the ALTTPR League 2. I think some may be restreamed on Speed Gaming as well. For the last time here, folks, please, if you enjoyed what you saw here tonight, please follow the runners and follow my co-commentator here, Hammer Bro, here on Twitch as well. And of course, a special shout out to our restreamer, Kono Tyran, and the tracking. Those two things tend to be unsung. Obviously, you hear the commentators, you know who the commentators are, you obviously know who the runners are, but the real work is the restreaming and tracking. Like, it's entertaining and it's fun, and it doesn't even feel like work up here commentating, but tracking and restreaming is hard work. Technology doesn't always cooperate, so huge shout out to Kono Tyran here for his hard work taking care of the restreaming, the technical side of the house. Thank you for watching. I have been Phantom Ryu. It has been an absolute pleasure here today, going back and doing some commentary. I will give my co-commentator Hammer Bro the last word. I am signing off. Thank you so much.
Have a good night, everyone. And as Phantom Ryu pretty much handled just about everything, I don't think I have anything to add. So have a good night. Come back here tomorrow and watch some more Rando. And keep in mind that next week we are doing a co-op info share full Enemizer boss shuffle. So there's going to be some absolutely ridiculous shenanigans going on with that. So yeah, come back and watch. Anyways, that's all for us. Have a good night, everyone.